Very good afternoon. I am Dr. Abhinav Kamal Raina, Department of Commerce ABST, Government College Nasirabad. Today I am going to introduce a new subsection under the lesson frequency distribution vis-a-vis classification. First of all, dear students, very important to understand the definition of frequency distribution. Frequency distribution is a scientific arrangement of the values or classes and their frequencies are known as frequency distribution. Frequency distribution are of two types. Number one, the variables, and number two, attributes. Frequency distribution is mainly concerned with variables. Variable means those values which can be classified in the form of some numerical figures or values on the basis of some attributes. Variables are of two kinds. Number one, it can be discrete. Number two, it can be continuous. Now coming to first one, the discrete variable. Discrete variables are those variables which has a definite value. For example, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and so on. While continuous variables are those variables which do not have the definite value but are expressed in groups. It can be 0 to 10, it can be 10 to 20, it can be 20 to 30 and so on. Now, kinds of frequency distribution. Number one, individual series. Number two, discrete series. Number three, continuous series. Number first, individual series. In this series, value of each individual item or unit is written separately. That means the number or the variable has only single frequency, or if we go for examples, increase in wages of 10 persons and each person's wages has been increased by any company separately. Each person has therefore one frequency. Income of 5, another example, income of 50 workers written individually, or another example, marks obtained by 15 students in a class are written separately. In such cases, the frequency of each item value is 1. Now there is some example I have written. I have written roll number and marks. Roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And the marks are 12, 18, 19, 16, 15, 20, 22, 24, 25, 10, 11, 13, 14, 17. This individual series has to be arranged either in the ascending order or in the descending order. Very important to understand for all of us students that while after collection of the data, if we have to put the data in the individual series, series has to be arranged either in the ascending order or descending order. If we'll quote the same example of the question above, the answer for this will be in ascending order 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24 and 25. And if we have to arrange the series in descending order, then it will be reverse 25, 24, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11 and 10. Now coming to second part of it, that is the discrete series. Dear students, once again we talk about the discrete series. When the number of items or items are very large, then the value, they repeated again and again, it becomes impracticable to make individual series. In such a situation, we go for the discrete series. In discrete series, one side we have the x and another side we have the frequency. For example, number of children in a family and number of families. One will be represented by x and one will be represented by family. In the similar way, second example, if we would like to quote toys and children. Now 4 toys, for example, 4 toys and number of children are 1. 7 toys and number of children are 2. 8 toys, number of children are 4. 5 toys and number of children are 10. 6 toys, number of children are 5. So one will be represent x and another will represent the frequency. Now coming to the third important aspect of classification and series is to go for the group series or the continuous series. When the number of items in the population is very large and the value of the items are such that cannot be measured with mathematical accuracy, and the units are measured using the approximation and are placed within the limits of the class, the series obtained by classification of such data is known as the continuous series. Suppose the data is very large and we will go for it in a group. Group can be 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. And we have a formula which can determine the value between the L2 and L1, the group, which will be discussed in the next lecture. So in this continuous series we have x and we have the frequency. X represents the group, maybe 5 to 10, maybe 0 to 100, depends upon the data and also the applicability of the data to determine the group and the formula which we have at the end to determine what can be the difference between the L2 and L1. And secondly will be the frequency. If the group 0 to 10 and the numbers occurs are 50, the 50 will represent it as frequency. And similar way, age group will have its own frequency. And X group again I will discuss, and F will be the number of frequencies. So in this chapter, dear students, what we have discussed so far? We have discussed so far what is the frequency distribution. We have discussed so far what are the series based on quantitative value. Again I will repeat it. It can be the individual series, it can give a frequency distribution series. And under frequency distribution series,